Okay. Good morning, everybody. Today's date is April the 14th, 2025, 9 a.m. We got a quorum present. And everyone, please rise from the pledge of allegiance, followed by the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Williams, will you please lead us into prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have granted us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County and to direct us accordingly. Father, bless this county with some rain and the people that live here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay. So number 2, review and act on minutes of March 24th, 2025. Commissioners, if you'll look through that, see if there needs to be any changes or corrections. Okay, motion been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the minutes. Second by Commissioner Head. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimous. Number 3, ordinance to individuals. I don't think we have anyone signed up to do it, Sean. Number 4, review and act on accounts payables. Okay, commissioners, if you have any questions or comments on accounts payables? If not, I'll make a motion. We approve the accounts payables. Second by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Okay, consent agenda, commissioners, monthly reports for all different departments. Again, every department had an extremely busy month.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Second is that Commissioner Sullivan?
Yes.
Second by Commissioner Sullivan. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimous. Okay, moving down to our action agenda. First thing on the number 5 is consider an act on a burn ban and related matters. Well, commissioners, as you all know, it's turned rather dry, extremely dry and windy. There's been several fires breaking out in Mills County. We also have a fire ongoing in Comanche County. So as you know, my policy, I checked with the 4 fire chiefs, which I reached out to 3 last night, 1 this morning, and all 4 fire chiefs are wanting the burn ban put back on. This week, as Mr. David Shaw will probably report, David, do you need to report anything on the Texas Forest website from the fire? We are believing extreme fire danger for this week with the high winds. Correct?
Yes, we're moving into the.
Yes.
Put that broadband back on.
Yes.
Always kind of on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, as you know, we got 2 or 3 days of very high winds this week and small chance rain this weekend. We all hope that happens, hope and pray. But anyway, that's a report from 4 fire chiefs. Commissioners, y'all have any comments?
We didn't get any rain per se, on the last rain out in my precinct, so I'm all for putting it back on.
Okay. Anyone else? Comments? Well, I'm all for putting it back on myself. Again, the 4 fire chiefs are all in agreement to put the burn ban back on. So I'll make a motion that we put the prohibit outdoor burning, put the burn ban back on.
Second.
Okay, I made a motion, second by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? All those in favor of putting the burn ban back on, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. The burn ban will be on as soon as that's come to order later this morning at the Commissioners Court. Okay, number 6, Sheriff presentation of Outstanding Citizen Award. Sheriff Jones, would you like to come up?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Judge. You know, oftentimes we find law enforcement only working on those things that are bad in the county, arrest and things of that nature, but there are those things that happen that are oftentimes good. And we'd like to make light of that. We're going to make light of that in this administration when we have those times. And we have such a thing this morning. So I'll call Stephen Geltz up this morning. Stephen did an outstanding thing, and we're going to put that under the Outstanding Citizens Award. And I'm going to present Stephen this morning as a certificate of appreciation. The Mills County Sheriff's Office Awards, Mr. Geltz. Thank you very much, Stephen. The Outstanding Citizens Award. The Sheriff's Office applauds Mr. Geltz for his quick and decisive actions on the morning of March the 7th, when he encountered an elderly neighbor in distress. Neighbor, unaware of his surroundings and suffering from the elements, was brought to the sheriff's office at the same time that he had been reported missing by his wife. The actions of Mr. Geltz, bringing great credit upon himself and his fellow neighbors, is indeed outstanding. So, definitely, we're gonna put that right there. This is the award plaque that we are going to start using for that Outstanding Citizens Award, and we might get you in the paper and presentation of that. Well, just turn right around here.
It's like, she says, go ahead.
He's like, come on, boss lady.
Yeah, the camera will break if you're in it.
Got a handshake here. Thank you, sir.
Well, Sheriff, first off, we like good news stories. So Mr. Geltz, would you like to say anything about what do you think and what transpired? Any other?
Oh, I just did what any other person I hope would do in a situation like that. It was real early in the morning. Heard some commotion going on in my pickup and investigated and found the gentleman. And make a long story short, he didn't know where he was, where he needed to go, so I took him to the sheriff's office. You know, I asked him if that's where he wanted to go, and he said, yeah, that'd be fine. Here we go.
Well, that's a good story.
Well, it appeared to be a circumstance of someone just trying to get into his truck. Certainly was someone who was confused about who the truck belonged to. So Stephen, instead of becoming.
Oh, it was early morning, it was him. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You know, it's right there behind you.
Yeah, I was getting out of the shower about 5 in the morning. I heard my pickup honk, and I was like, oh, that's odd. I just dismissed it as somebody else's pickup, and I was getting ready, got my coffee ready. I heard it again. I was like, that's my pickup. So, I did what anybody else who was thinking had a nefarious individual now. Had my pistol and got out the front door and seen a little face peeking out. And I was like, oh, he doesn't look like a threat. So he got out of the pickup and exchanged pleasantries, and I could tell that he didn't had any idea where he was. So I figured take him up there. They knew what to do with him. So
Was he from here?
yes,
Yes.
matter of fact, if I looked out my front door, I could see his house right there.
So a gentleman suffering from dementia, certainly not aware of his surroundings or what he was doing, and Stephen had the wherewithal. And certainly a person in distress, right? Someone who needs to be taken somewhere where they can be returned to. Stephen did a great job.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gilson, and Sheriff, I like, your, doing that.
Well, I appreciate the commissioner report. Thank you very much for letting us see
You're
your
welcome. And Mr. Gilson, you don't have to stay around, you're welcome to stay if you want to. Tell people.
Appreciate y'all.
Things.
Y'all have a great day.
You're all welcome after you finish, head on out if you want to, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr.
Y'all have a great day.
Yes. Okay, thanks, Sheriff. Number 7, Judge Mike Smith, discussion with commissioners regarding the appointment of the Mills County Auditor. Good morning, Mr. Judge Mike Smith. Glad you can join us today. Good morning, and, I'll turn everything over to you right here, sir.
Well, there's nothing more exciting than just reading statutes on a Monday morning. So what I thought I would do is I'm just gonna read to you the law on county auditors and then tell you a couple thoughts I have, and then I'm gonna turn it over to you. Okay. So there's 3 ways in Texas that you get a county auditor. One is you have to be in a county that is over 10,200 in population. It's required. Less, that's not Mills County. So there are 2 ways then left that you would have a county auditor in a population of less than 2,000. I'm reading to you from Local Government Code, chapter 84.002, called Appointment of County Auditor. In a county with a population of less than 10,200, number 1, the district judge may appoint a county auditor if the judge determines that the county's financial circumstances warrant the appointment. So that's one way. The district judge just does it. Or there's a second way. The district judge shall appoint a county auditor if the commissioner's court finds that a county auditor is necessary to carry out county business and enters an order in its minutes stating the reason for this finding. The order is certified to the district judge, and the district judge will then appoint an auditor. So I was elected to my position as a district judge, which is the 35th district. That's all of Mills County and all of Brown. Brown County is over 10,200. We have a county auditor. And when I was elected to that position, I started having random conversations with people about appointing an auditor in Mills County. I've talked with other judges around the state that have small counties. The one I probably talked to, not necessarily the most, is Sean Parkender, who has the 220th, which is Hamilton, Comanche, and Bosque. I know he has an auditor in Hamilton, either Hamilton or Comanche or both, I think. My impression, county government is your thing. That's not my responsibility. But my impression is that there are an increasing number of smaller counties that they're not required to have auditors, but they do. And there are a lot of reasons for that. One is historically, the burden of, it's an extra position, you're having to pay for that. But that's really the downside of it all. But over time, budgets are growing, and importantly, the requirements from Austin are growing on what county budgets are required to have in them, and the procedures and all of the stuff that you know about that I don't. And so I am here today to just tell you that if you think you need a county auditor and you discuss that and you determine that that's the direction you want to go, then I will, it's my responsibility from there. They are appointed and not elected, and they are appointed by the district judge. They report to the district judge. It's part of a system of checks and balances that you don't have oversight over, but they're a part of the process. And so, after doing a lot of reading and thinking about this, I would encourage you to look seriously at it. I think it would be something that would be beneficial for the county. I think it's really more a question of when you do it and not whether you do it. I think it's just coming. At the same time, Mills County has been a county since I'm not sure when it became a county, but they haven't had an auditor in over 100 years. And so if you need one now, I think that is much more better decided by you all as you talk to each other and your constituents than just one elected district judge. So I just wanted to come here today to have that discussion with you, let you know what I think about it, what my position is on it, and then tell you that I'm here. I think this should be a collaborative process. I am aware of some district judges across the state that have just appointed and just said, here's an auditor, you gotta pay them, you gotta find a place for them to office, and that's just how it's gonna be. And quite frankly, I think that if in some counties where there are problems, financial problems and things of that nature, that may be a wise thing to do. It's my view, and I think a lot of other people share it. You all do a very good job. You don't, I'm not here to tell you that you need one because things are out of order. I do think that you ought to consider it because it will just help Mills County be a more robust and financially sound county. So with that said, any questions that you have about that?
But one I have, so does it still require us to go out and use our auditor? I couldn't find that. You know, we do that yearly audit. Does that take away from that and the auditor do that
I
or?
think that is entirely up to you all.
Okay.
It doesn't,
I couldn't find anything written on it.
I don't think you're not required to do that now. I mean, you all are the governing body of the county. And so you decide how that goes. If
The
you-
money, you see what I'm saying? The money that we pay for the auditor, we wouldn't.
Judge Smith, you first reached out to me, what?
Like school is different deal, but it's
Oh.
not the same.
Right.
Even if you had an auditor, you still have to do a yearly audit.
Audit. I didn't, yeah, I couldn't find where it said it for county,
Because-
so.
Mainly because somebody has to check your audit.
Well, I think it's up to you about whether you have someone do your audit. There've been discussions in Brown County about having an outside audit. I don't think they've done it. I think they could if you want. That's just up to you about whether you have it.
Well, Judge Smith, I'll give my comments. You approached me, what, 3 or 4 months ago? Commissioner Williams had reached out to you and you'd asked me my thoughts. And I really had no thoughts. I never had put any education to looking into it. For the courts, I got some statistics for the court. So the auditor position was created by the state of Texas apparently in 1905. So there's also on TAC, you have everybody can look at this, it's got county auditors. And it's got by population. So there's a stat has counties with population under 5,000. So there's 47 counties in the state of Texas under 5,000, which that's falls with Mills County. 12 have auditors, which is roughly 25%. And then the counties with 5 to 10,000 people, there's 33 counties in that grouping. 17 have an auditor, roughly 50%. Hamilton County has an auditor, since Sabbath County does not have an auditor. Now, the average cost for an auditor, I got this again from someplace, said April of 2025, the average annual pay for a county auditor in Texas is $79,391. So as you know, as Judge Smith said, we got no financial improprieties being tied. And we've got a great treasury department, do great work, and our outside audits would do have good work. My main concern and issue would be just paying the extra money, our taxpayer money, for a position I don't really know that we need. Give you all my comments on.
Sure, I think that is if somehow the state of Texas funded it for you,
Sure.
somebody else did, I think it's a no-brainer.
Uh-huh.
So you just have to kind of say, what benefit do we get from it at this cost? And so, and again, there's a lot of nuance there that I don't know about. And so, I think that's where you all start the process of thinking and looking into it. Talk to your, counterparts in other counties. As some of you may know, she'll enjoy me mentioning her name. My mother-in-law, Mary Lofton, is a county commissioner in Reagan County. They have roughly about the same population. Now, they're right in the middle of the Permian Basin, so their financial situation is different. But they have a county auditor. And so she's someone I've talked to a lot about how that works out there, and she's a big proponent of it. There are probably other counties that they may say, quite frankly, I think it comes down to who the county auditor is. Are they doing a good job? And if they are, I bet you that it's working. If it's somebody that is struggling and not necessarily doing a good job, they may feel differently about it. So, number one goal I had today is to tell you all, I have no plans to put a county auditor on your plate and say, this is what's going to happen. I have that authority, but that's not what I'm going to do. I think it's got to come from you all. And if you all decide at some point this is what we want, I'll do everything I'm supposed to do from there. Time wise, it's up to you. Now, you're entering your budget season. If you think that it's something you really want to do, my thought would be you give me at the summer to figure that process out and then start it in your new fiscal year. But if you decide to do it later, you do it later. It's entirely up to you. So that's, and this could be an ongoing discussion. I'll be back Wednesday. We've got a docket Wednesday morning. And if any of you want to talk with me, privately, that's certainly call anytime. Let's talk.
Judge Smith, appreciate you coming. Commissioners, any other comments?
Yeah, one question. Do you know what the requirements are of being an auditor?
Judge Johnson, you go to TAC, there is online, there's a Texas County Auditor Handbook. It's very handy. It lays out the history of auditors. It's really kind of fascinating, quite frankly, in how the state of Texas does this. But they don't have to be certified public accountants, but they do have to have some experience and knowledge of public accounting, public finance kinds of things. Obviously, they're gonna have to possess a certain skill set. One of the statutory powers that auditors have is they decide the accounting software that the county uses for everyone. So they just gotta have that sort of knowledge. So, and you have people in your community that possess that. And so, you just, and there are other skills that they need as well. They're gonna be, if you had a county auditor, they would be in here at every commissioner's court meeting. They would be interacting with you, talking with you. They need to have a good understanding of the law. They need to have a good understanding of just the local conditions of things and just, auditors, they're challenging jobs.
Or in my eyes, because we've had extreme difficulty in getting chief president or getting one that's certified. And keeping one, so you can get into the same situation.
You can. You can. And this is, I'm just thinking out loud here, but I'm gonna let you guys be rid of me in a second. There's a provision in the code that allows for an auditor to be an auditor of multiple counties. I don't know that that's the best idea. I think you would want, my idea would be if you said to me, let's do an auditor position, I think you find that the person is full-time, that is dedicated solely to Mills County. And then over time, if you realize that they could, you can share costs as the benefit, quite frankly. But you're also sharing time and splitting time. And so that's just the decision that I think you all would have to make about how you want to move forward.
Absolutely.
The auditor helps with the budget a lot and keeps the budget in check. And so, that's one of the concerns. The other, things that I kind of do in my research on it, and I talked to Lampasas, it works great in Lampasas. I don't know how it works in Brown County, but the Lampasas auditor and the treasurer just love the way they work together. There's some, if we had an auditor, the auditor would be able to help the clerks billing and stuff that we've had some issues with. If y'all notice that come back in our audit report, it would be able to help that side of it too. So, but there's a lot of pros, but there's some cons in it too. And cons are a lot of it with money. And Judge, I think you didn't read it, but the statute, but I think the payment is set by statute that it has to be so much more than
Something
It's whatever the district judge decides. And so, and just to allay any fears of that, what I would do is, if you decided you want it, I would talk to similarly situated counties. I would make it as, consistent as possible. But then obviously you're gonna have to provide some office space. So if you have it or not, your technology issues. I've alerted Goldsmith if this does happen, that would be another employee. And then benefits, county benefits are part of it as well. But I think what number you mentioned,
Yes, sir.
that's probably on the high end of where things would be here for salary. But again, if you find somebody that can do the job, and it's one of the quirks of this is that the district judge could say, this is the salary, and then you guys are stuck with having to pay it. But again, that's not the spirit with which I'm coming to you, is to say this is what's going to happen and deal with it. I think this is, you all decide what you want and then I'll make it happen.
One county judge may have been incorrect. I asked him about that salary aspect. He thought they had to be the highest paid employee according with the county attorney.
There may,
I don't know.
there may be some provision out there that attaches it to something, but you know, those kind of details, we would just have to sort through if this is what you want. There are provisions also about assistants. Brown County has an appointed auditor, 2 full-time assistants. My view would be, if you decided to do this, you just appoint 1 person and then they rock along, however long, and if at some point things grow and it was justified, they can ask for help. But to me, it would be a 1-person operation to begin.
Okay, commissioners, other questions or comments for Judge Smith? Well, Judge Smith, we'll be talking to, appreciate it. So, you know, we're always open to look at ideas, what's best for the county, and what's best for our taxpayers. So
I appreciate Mills County. I love coming out here. And so anything I can do to help, let me know. Thank you all for your time.
thank you, Judge Smith. Have a good day. See you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
Okay. That was just discussion only, so now we're gonna move down to number 8, consider an act on resolution for criminal justice E-grant and related matters. Mr. David Shaw, you want to come up here and explain this, what's going on? Good morning, David.
Good morning, Commissioners. How are you all?
Good.
So yes, the resolution before you is the second piece to the grant application that we put in for the OEM and Sheriff Department enhancements. And we visited on that previously about what those were. Some was about $37,000 that we put in for grant funds. There are no matching funds to this grant application specifically. Tomorrow, we will have a meeting at the COG and I'll do a 15-minute presentation on to the scoring committee about our application and try to give them some information to kind of reinforce why we're asking for these items and how it will enhance the Sheriff's Department and the Mills County specifically. So that's tomorrow at 1:45. Judge?
I'm gonna try to go, Dave, I can get off. I got another meeting in Lampasas later, but I plan on trying to go to it. So
All right.
I'll talk to you after the meeting. It's the year end or yearly executive session, right, for the COG? What?
I don't know. This meeting tomorrow, Judge, is specifically for the scoring committee for the region to score these applications for.
Hey, Jet, are you muted?
I'm not now. Thank you. Sorry about that. Can you hear me? Annette?
Yes, I got you.
Dale, go ahead,
Sir
sir.
said this one is not matching funds grant.
No matching funds to this one, Commissioner. Yeah. So some of the grants that are presented from the governor's office do have or may have a matching fund.
So this is the general resolution that they provide the county, and then we go and we type it up for Mills County. But there's no matching funds. Of course, if there ever is a matching fund, it has to come to Commissioner's Court first to get
At
approved.
that point in time, you could approve it
Yes.
or deny it, terminate it, whatever you wanted to do.
And from, yeah, you're right, and you also must have the funds from whatever.
Budget.
But and a lot of times on the matching funds, what they'll do is they'll just deduct that from the grant award. So if there was a 25% grant award, they might take that matching fund from the grant itself. So kind of like we do in some of the FEMA work we do. But yeah, you'll have the ability to accept it, reject it, terminate it, whatever you want to do. We're awarding the funds.
Okay, Commissioners, other questions? So a motion's been made. A second by Commissioner Head?
Yeah.
Second by Commissioner Head, any other discussion? All those in favor of I can't talk, providing the resolution for criminal justice E-grant, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Mr. Shaw, thank you, and, I'll get that burn ban order signed later on. All right.
That's submitted today.
All right, thank you. Okay, number 9, it's my notes. So consider an act on TAC HEBP interim Cobra administration agreement. A lot of words there. And Commissioners, in your package, it kind of gives a breakdown of this. For your information, HEBP stands for Health and Employee Benefit Pool. So I'm just going to read a few highlights here. So as May 1st, 2025, our new Cobra administrator says Willis Towers Watson's Benefit Connect / Cobra will begin handling Cobra administration on behalf of TAC HEBP. So down a little further too, you see the fee of $20 per notice. And further it says, since TAC HEBP will cover in the qualifying event notice fees during the transition period, the new charges will not apply until your group's renewal date. So a little further, it says TAC HEBP will cover the new Cobra qualifying event notice fees from May 1st to September 30th. As your group would then be responsible for the new qualifying event effective October the 1st, which of course is our new budget cycle. So number 4, it says updated contract structure. Previously, your Cobra administration contract was directly between Mills County and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Moving forward, the contract for Cobra administration will now be between your county or district and TAC HEBP. This change allows us to provide enhanced oversight and streamlined support for your Cobra administration. So there's also a form on there. We need to get approved if we can and send back to TAC. So
What is TAC? This is from TAC, so this is a recommendation from TAC that we
Yes.
sign this.
yes. So Commissioners, I'll make a motion that we approve the TAC HEBP interim Cobra agreement. Here's a second.
Just a second, let me finish.
Okay.
What is the current that they do right now?
A one-time fee, I think it's $150, and then am I correct on that, or you listening in? And that's only for termination of employee.
It's $150 if the person signs up for Cobra that's been terminated.
There's one-time $150 fee for a life change event or termination. Am I correct on that?
That's what it
If
is now. Changing.
Correct, and that's not changed, right? You listening?
that is not changing until September 30th.
Which they're covering that till then, it's our new budget cycle, then we'll be responsible for the $20.
So basically what this pertains to is if somebody is terminated or retires and wants to keep their
That's right.
insurance.
That's my understanding. Yes.
Which Maryland County Monterey, so if that's California, it's good for somebody.
Sure. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I made the motion on that, Shawnee, a second by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of agreeing to the and voting for the TAC HEBP interim Cobra agreement, say aye. Aye. Those, any opposed? Ayes have it unanimous. Okay, Lots of words there. Number 10, consider an act to establish a grievance committee of 9 citizens according to Regulation 152.014 and related matters. So commissioners, every year, we draw names from the jury pool. We have a jury pool from last year. We have all the members of that jury pool. And what I'm gonna do, back behind is my cowboy hat, Commissioner Portland assists me. And in this hat, we got the names of all the jury pool for the last 2 jury sessions. And I'm gonna draw 9 citizen names and 9 alternates. And then we in turn will send a letter out to these people stating what's going on. And stating there that we really don't plan on having grievance committees, but if we do, we have this committee just in case. So, Commissioner Horton, you want? Okay. First name is Julie Jacqueline Hagey, Hagey. And since Commissioner Porter's drawing, anybody complains, and contact you there. Okay, that's first one. Number 2, David Smith. Number 3, Walter Van Item, VANITEM. Number 4, Roy Britton Roberts. Number 5, Alva Watson. Number 6, Van Fisher. Number 7, Shelby Well. Number 8, Mary Kemper, KEMPER. And number 9, Rebecca Cable. So those are the first ones that we drew. And then we're gonna have 9 alternates. So now for 9 alternates, we got Katana Howard. Anna Barrera. Laurel Denise Jones. Number 4 for the alternates, Alexander James Barrington. Number 5 for the alternate is Carl Wesson. Number 6, Joseph Ramos, R-A-M-O-S, or Ramos. Number 7, Logan Campbell. Number 8, Alan Dale Knight. And the last one for the alternates is Lonnie Risa Williams. Okay, so Shawnee, you got those names?
I did, thank you.
That's down here, and, you ever put these together, the first 9, and there's nothing got flip around here. Then we got another to get those together. So this is the primary group. The others will be alternates. Okay. Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve the grievance committee of 9 citizens. I made a motion, second by Commissioner Head. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Well, we did consider an act and then we selected it, so we got her done. Okay. Number 12, consider an act on declaring 1991 International Dump Truck with a long serial number as surplus to be auctioned off at live auction on April 26, 2025, and related matters. Who wants to take that? Who's is that?
That's mine. I mean,
Mr. Head, go ahead.
it's
Yes.
just a small dump truck that we don't necessarily use.
Okay.
I'd like to get rid of it.
Well, sound like a good plan. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Here none, you want to make it?
I'll make a motion that precinct 2 be able to declare it and sell it at auction.
Okay. Motion's been made.
Second.
Second been made by Commissioner Sullivan. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the 91 International dump truck to be, sold as surplus, say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, unanimous. Okay, number 13, Commissioners' request and report. Commissioner Shulman, lead us away.
We're still continuing work on County Road 412. We're still hauling base, and we have bladed and packed down about 1.5 miles, and we're hauling another 1.5 miles to county roads that tie into 412. And then, we plan on moving over to the 300 county roads in my precinct to start trying to repair them as long as my budget keeps up.
Sure.
So that's basically what we're doing right now. We've been changing oil and filters and hydraulic filters on the truck to keep them going so we can keep hauling.
Okay, is that it?
That's it.
Commissioner Head, go ahead.
We got into the wrap, we hauled, 2 small county roads and Community Star. We hauled about 66 loads to all of them, so.
Good.
Then we also, took a little bit of the wrap up there on Toddy House Road and patched patched the apron there and then, hauled some base on 260.
Okay, all right, Commissioner Martin.
I guess the biggest thing is we finally to get our manufacturer back together. There was a sizable bill in there, like about $14,000. And got that back open. And got 2 driveways in. So we've been all in there on 515, and some different center roads that needing some material. Trying to get it packed and watered down. Hopefully we'll get some rains. Pretty well just trying to find roads.
Okay. All right, Commissioner Williams.
Yeah, we retopped right at 1 mile of road on County Road 550. And got that done, and you saw that bill in payables today. We with a little bit of moisture that we got, all those areas that we capped and stuff, and on 408, 406, 432, 433, and 531 and 550, we get time while they did that, but before the end of the week, we were already out of moisture, so. Had the Freightliner down on my end, and it had to do with the DEF system, but small bill, as you saw in payables today with Justin Baird, fixed it pretty easy. Volvo dump truck is down a little bit. We have to replace a fuel pump in it. It is out, and so those things are being done as we speak. So that's it.
You forgot about the good prom we had too.
It was a good prom. A lot of people. Biggest class was a senior class, and a long time, over 55 kids in that senior class. So
I want to add to that, it's great to have our courthouse for our 3 county schools to use in Grand Morris, and thanks to Guy Burns and all the help he had getting this courthouse in good shape for the lawn and everything. So we're good. Robert, you have something, sir?
Yeah, he pulled that injector out of the Mac, number 3 injector went bad. And so he came and pulled it, so supposed to be dealing with Rutgers to get a new injector for it. And, I hadn't talked to him since, I meant to call him this morning, but I got busy, but I hadn't, that was, Thursday. So maybe we'll get the Mac back up and going, but just had one of them new reman injectors malfunction. So.
Okay. All right. Number 14, the county judge's report. So first off, I've been informed by the appraisal district that an interim chief appraiser has been hired, a local person by the name of Michael Hall. Supposed to start work, I think, April the 28th, possibly. So that's the news I got from the appraisal district. I know there's a gentleman by the name of Bill Pentak with Red River Clean Energy has met with all the commissioners. I had a meeting with him. If we're hearing news, we always report to our community, what is going on. And, at one time, sometime or another, he wants to come back, as you probably know, to meet with the commissioner's court sometime. So we will let all the public know when that happens. We also got our SAL permit has been approved. Louis Cronaz is going to start work on the project this week and next week. Also, we have made notice, we put in the paper, the handicap entrance here on the east side is going to be shut down for possibly 4 days, maybe 5 days. He's going to dig that stuff out. So we made notices in the paper. We got notices on the website, and all the officials in the courthouse know about it. Another good news from all our dedicated employees and elected officials. This came from Jackie gave this to me downstairs. Texas Association of Counties of Risk Management Pool regarding the workers' compensation program recognizes Mills County for 0 lost time in 2024. So commissioners, y'all did a good job, teaching safety, working with everybody. And as you know, our motto is always safety first. So anyway, good recognition we got. And finally, the courthouse will be closed for Friday, Good Friday. So we'll look forward for a good Easter weekend. And that's all the news I have. Anything else? And number 15 is called adjournment.
I'll make a motion for adjournment.
Motion been made. I'll second. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned. Everybody have a good week. And happy Easter.